The thing about Monterey that was most important was, of the 7,200 people that were there, not a half a million, 7,200, to see Janis Joplin, to see the Grateful Dead, to see Jefferson Airplane, to see Big Brother and the Holding Company, to see Country Joe and the Fish. The people that were there, among those 7,200 people, were Clive Davis, Mo Austin, Joe Smith, David Geffen, Jack Holtzman. So we're talking about the business giants of the music business. So now it's not just a half a million hippies smoking dope. Now it's the guys that actually mattered in the music business at this festival in Monterey. I met Jimi Hendrix there, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever done in my life. I had him open for the Monkees at the Hollywood Bowl. Jimi Hendrix opening for the Monkees at the Hollywood Bowl. And after the show, he said to me, he says, "Jerry, I don't think you and I can really work together, because I don't think we understand what I'm about." But I was there with a guy who was on his way to being a huge star named Otis Redding. And I had taken him to Monterey. And he killed him like he did everywhere else. And I had been in Paris with Otis when he played with Aretha and at the Stax Volt Review. And he had just blown everyone away in Paris. And I said to him, I went backstage with him afterwards, and he was in tears. I said, "What are you crying about, man? That was like the greatest show of your life. That was incredible." He said to me, "Dig this, man. Those people don't speak English." And that was the epiphany of what music could mean in this world. Go to a foreign film without subtitles and see how much you understand it. Here he blows all these French people, just blows them away, and didn't even speak their language. They didn't understand what he was saying. So right after that, I had called Bill Graham and made a deal with Bill Graham for him to play Fillmore and places like that where no black artists were really, except for the Chambers Brothers, were really playing those kind of venues. And then right before he was supposed to open there over the Christmas week in '67, was in a plane crash and died. But Otis Redding was really, was on his way to being a superstar. Besides being a great writer, how'd you like to have on your resume that you wrote Respect for Aretha Franklin? That you wrote Try a Little Tenderness? That you wrote The Talk of the Bay? Aretha Franklin, Otis Redding, Three Dog Night. This guy was one of the greatest stars of our generation and died in the crash of a small plane in '67.